So today, before we introduce ourselves, we'll be talking about enabling
Mm,
adult adult care, right? Taking care of parents. And welcome to Connecticut Housewives.
and or Housewives of Connecticut.
So I'm Nubia.
And I'm Dory.
Yes, and so we're coming at you. So of course, I'm coming to you from Connecticut, and she's also from Connecticut, but she's in Texas. But today, as in 2 weeks ago, I'm still in Texas. So we're both in Texas together.
That's right.
So you're looking mighty sharp, Dory.
Well, thank you too, Nubia.
Do you have your cup of tea, your sip of tea? Yeah, this is my. So for some of those of you who are from Texas, if you know, then you know. Okay, this is my Buc-ees Cup. So I
Yes.
had a different cup. Usually their original is like red and then black, but of course they have a few different types of designs here. So when you're in Texas, you got to do as the Texans do.
There you go. You have to
Woo!
have at least one Bucky cup in the house. It's a rule.
Exactly.
Have to
Exactly.
have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a good little a couple of different things to discuss for today, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes. So we've come past the rough part of we didn't really say exactly what was going on, but our father was in the hospital
hmm
and he had surgeries, right? You can tell us more about the surgery part.
Yes, he had a broken hip and he had to have surgery on that, and also have an aneurysm, 10 centimeters large on one leg and 4 centimeters on the other. So at least we were blessed to have them. They couldn't take it out just yet because of other complications that are, that our father's going through. But
Hmm.
the blessing is they were able to cut off the blood circulation from the aneurysm that had its own life, living, breathing organism, you know.
Right.
So we're grateful for that, and they actually bypassed that to allow, his body to have another avenue for blood to go to it from his hip to his feet. And
Hmm.
we were concerned about, even the possibility of losing, limbs. So we're
Hmm.
grateful that, the surgery was successful. We know it's a blessing, and we are truly grateful, thankful for all the prayers that went out for our father, because it
Yes.
came from West Coast to East Coast, South and North. So
From
we're
look as high as Maine all the way down to Florida and Texas and beyond, right?
California to Florida, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So that's a blessing. So I guess look, this is a nice little update. We might just need to send this out to if there's a family Facebook chat, that would be one way of them catching up, right?
right.
So
So we're grateful. Our father's now in rehab, and just recuperating from the two in a week and a half. So
um,
we're grateful for just him being here at his age and just being able to go through that. That is just nothing but the mercy of God. So we're grateful.
to be even more transparent, I mean he's about to be what, 83
83.
in a couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah,
we
couple
got good
few.
genes and we are
Yes.
blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. I mean, like we figured he's got like 20 more years in him. If grandma lived to be 102 our father's side, and then our grandparents on my mom's side, like 80 and 97.
90,
So we got some
90,
good
yeah.
genes, girl. We need to just
hmm
get all this,
Yes.
get all this in
So
shape so we can be around for a long time, to be around for our kids, the grandkids
our
I don't have yet,
grandkids,
and
great
grandkids that are out
grandkids,
and everything.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Right.
we're hoping and believing that, it's through the lifestyle change, through exercise and eating properly, we can get our bodies back to where they belong. Our father is a good example as to what you need to do, what you should not do in order to stay healthy and thriving.
And
So
what you should do, because he started off
we
well. I
started
mean,
off the
our
right
father was
way.
a sensei, karate instructor, basketball player, uh, Harley bike riding person. I mean, so from New
hmm
England all the way up to Nova Scotia and back, several times.
Florida, everywhere. He's been
We used
everywhere,
to go
man.
back and forth to Maine,
Right.
like almost every weekend when he was, in better shape, right?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So that
Mhm.
was a sad day when we had to actually like turn in his Harley. I know that man, we can't even imagine being that age and having full independence this is what we're talking about, basically, being caregivers and,
Yeah.
givers to our parents, to have to
But the,
actually turn in your independence
right.
and depend on everybody for everything.
But the good thing is he didn't have to just turn his, he traded in his Harley. It wasn't really a turn in. It was more like a trade in. So now he's going to trike,
Yeah.
and, so he may not be able to do it individually, but by golly, we can put him on that trike and go. So it's kind of
Yeah.
exciting, so we're trying to get him
Mhm.
motivated to get out of this rehab so we can go triking.
Yeah. Yeah. And rehab, as in learning to walk and use your muscles and strength building, right?
Yes,
Because, but yeah, and then you have to be in good health so you can enjoy the trike. You know what I mean? 'Cause
exactly.
I mean, I know I've been several times to visit you, and majority of the time it was to help you with our father, like as did our younger sister, who we just put back on the plane today to go back to Connecticut. But
Yes,
I haven't even had a ride on the trike yet. It's been that
yes,
busy. It's been that
right.
busy. Even and
So we,
you guys have had it for like 5 years or more or so.
2020.
Okay, yeah, so 4 years.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, and we want to shout out to She Yet Evolves, seeing that she's our baby sis, and she has been, rocking it on TikTok and Instagrams
What'd
and
you
such.
what'd you call her?
She Yet Evolves.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yet
Hashtag she
she
yet
yet
hashtag she
she
yet evolves.
yet she evolves.
Oh
I think
yeah, that's
so.
that one.
Yet she evolves.
Yet she
Yeah.
evolves. What did I
And
say?
also, yet evolves.
She
I don't
yet
know.
evolves. Oh yes, so yet she evolves.
Yes, and yet she creates on
Boom.
Instagram. Yeah.
That's it. Mhm.
Yes. So now that we have all those things out of the way, so if you're watching us, thank you for joining us. Let's see who's
Yes,
there.
hello.
Say what, Tanzania? Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, we had to try and squeeze this in because we dropped her off at the airport. We did some running. We
Yes.
were running these last few days, running, running, running,
I believe we
running.
are running.
Okay. Uh-oh. How many? We are so competitive when it comes to. Oh yeah, she finally put us live again. Yes, you did. How many steps you have? How many steps you have, sister?
Oh, you beat me today. So okay, let's see. I have 3,988.
3,000 what? Oh, okay,
Three
okay, okay.
thousand nine hundred and eighty-eight.
Yeah, you
How's it
guys,
going? Hello.
I've been here for almost visiting her for almost 3 weeks, and she beats me every day. But we walk the same amount of time. It's just that she got these tiny little legs. And so I have 4,776. So it's on. It's a very friendly competition because we're just
Yes,
trying to get our steps
motivate.
in and motivate each other,
That's it.
right?
Mm.
So, but I tell you what, if y'all ever come to Texas, welcome. Also, House Martins. Do you guys know the song "Another Love"? No,
Another
I've never
love.
heard that song.
I'm about to look
Never
that
heard
one
that
up.
song. Yeah,
Another
right,
love.
right. But she knows I'm trying to get myself in tip-top shape for the next rotation around the earth here.
There you
And she
go.
be feeding me brisket and everything under the sun. Let me say that. Stop. Shh. That's none of your
That's
business.
the
That's
right
not
direction.
that's none of your business. Stop.
They
You
might
see
be good tips.
her? Lucille, you see her?
Oh,
That ain't right.
gee.
That's mind your business.
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Our new saying is a saying in the Bible somewhere. I gotta find that scripture where it says "mind your own business," and which is funny to me. It's hilarious that you wouldn't think that all these things are actually in the Bible. But can you Google it real quick?
Yeah, another love.
Oh, I'll Google in the. Go ahead, read Google that. But
Okay, so
I'm Googling.
another love piano, another love Tom Odell, another love slowed, another love
Oh,
X memories, lyrics for another love. How about
okay.
let's put on
Welcome. Well, wait. Welcome, Gator Games TV. And
and I
Lucille said
cannot
this is
resist. When I see gator, I think a gator like, like
Florida.
Louisiana
Go
Gators.
Gators. Okay. But
Welcome.
Lucille said it's raining too hard to walk. So this must be rainy season. So this is the season to totally avoid, right? Don't go to Tanzania during this
Oh,
time. Is that right, Lucille? Because she said it's raining right now.
oh,
But
rain, you know what? Rain brings beautiful flowers, feeds
green
them
grass, right? And green
green grass.
grass.
That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I
Girl.
can put them. What? I'm trying to put the
No.
volume on for
Oh,
another love.
Okay, Lucille says she doesn't have a device to count how many steps she has. Girl,
Oh, well,
girl,
no. Come on,
we
you
don't
have
be playing. We don't
this
be
is life.
playing, honey.
This is the other kind of
She,
life.
when we wake up in the morning, it's like, how'd you sleep? It's like, I don't know. Let me check my app. Like the old days is like, oh, I slept very well, thank you. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me see what my phone says.
So I'm gonna.
Okay, House Martin says I'm eating dill pickles right now. Okay, okay, eat your dill pickles then.
That
We
is
had dill pickles yesterday,
dill pickles are definitely better than the sweet pickles. So high five for that.
and
Right,
they're
so,
good for your gut. Anything that's like pickled and what's the word I want to say? Like sauerkraut, kombucha.
okay, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna turn it up. It says Tom Odell, Another Love. Stand by. Please hold.
You can only play a couple seconds before else they'll block us.
Is that it? I wanna take you somewhere you know I care, but it's so cold and I don't know where. I brought you daffodils on a pretty string, but
Is
they
that what you're
won't
talking about,
fly.
House of Martin? I don't know how that song came to mind, but were we talking about songs?
Where?
Oh,
I think I
that's
probably
it.
I
That's
thought
it.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay, House of Martin. Okay.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take the time later on to listen to all the words because there's something about the lyrics in a song, not just the melody, but we're gonna just delve into that a little bit deeper. So thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Plus, if we play a song too long on this channel, they'll take us down or they'll block it.
Oh, well, how many seconds do you have?
Say again.
How many seconds do you have?
I don't know, girl, but we ain't taking no chances.
Okay.
We ain't taking no chances. Hi, Breeze Harrington. Hi. So actually, the subject
Hello.
today, we were talking earlier about the fact that I've been in Texas for 3 weeks, almost,
Hmm.
and let's talk about taking care of your elderly parent
Yes.
as adults.
Yes.
It could be a strain on siblings. It could be a
Hmm.
strain on spouses. It could be a strain on husbands, the hubbies,
Right.
the children, grandchildren. I mean,
Hmm.
when the elderly person or person in your family gets sick, man, that's a huge, huge responsibility. A huge
Exactly.
responsibility.
And you have to learn, I learned the hard way, you have to learn to take care of yourself. And sad to say that it took me, my sister, I talk about, body emotion stays in motion and this, other, other stuff. It's so easy to say all these things, but it's really, really, it's one thing to say it, but you have to walk the walk and talk the talk, kind of like your beliefs, right? So it took my sisters coming here for me to actually even like, I don't know, I guess I can't say I didn't really give a hoot about myself, kind of thing. But when you focus and you pour all of your energy into your elderly parents, it's like it takes a toll. So all I can say is thank you for my sisters coming here to not only take care of my father and give me a break and spend time with me and my family,
We've been
but
laughing and eating and
oh,
and 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 walking and all these
yes,
different things.
every day. So today we only have I only have less than 4,000 steps, but we're not done. This is like the beginning of our day. Well, I shouldn't say beginning of our day, but we're going to finish the day right. We will definitely have our 75 to 10,000 steps in this evening.
Mhm.
So
One of the hardest, yeah, I saw that. One of the hardest things, one of the hardest things is making sure that you get enough sleep. And
yes.
and even though we're going to bed a little bit earlier, I don't know, I just feel restless. And the first 2 weeks, I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
trying to, I don't know, just hearing every little nooks and crannies, and then wondering, is my father sleeping well? Our father sleeping well? And we had a wonderful staff. Let's just shout out University Health
Hospital.
and yeah, hospital. Yeah. And
Amazing.
say again?
They're
Yes. I
amazing.
mean, like every floor that we were on, the fourth floor was awesome. The sixth
Yes.
floor, he had to go after his surgery, he had to go to
I
ICU.
see you.
Even
You got it
better,
right.
even better care. I know I didn't say the OIC. Anybody out there with a little bit of what's it called? HDAD, ABC, LMNOP?
The question again or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, and then he went
And
from the
hello,
sixth floor.
hello to Galactus Ray.
Galactasari. Galactasari.
I'm
That's
sorry, we
cute.
forgive us. We are not able to understand the language, but we just want to give you a welcome. Also, don't want to be too
Yeah.
rude. Yeah,
Yeah. We're
I'm
just
not
gonna
sure
we're
what you
hoping
mean.
to
House of Martins, World War II, but okay.
but
Roll
we
with
are
it.
veterans, but we,
Yes, I said who?
yeah, but but yeah, and then he moved from the ICU to the second half of the sixth
Yeah.
floor, and even I tell you, we could not have asked for a better set of nurses and doctors and techs
Exactly.
and everybody. It takes a whole
Mhm.
team. And believe me, he had a team of
He had the best team. I'm telling you right now,
for
you couldn't have asked for
name the compartment of teams that he had for what parts of his body or whatever.
Cardio, vascular, renal, primary care. Who's calling me right now? But I'll have to call her back. Bless your heart. All right. So you can't make this stuff up. Long story short is quite a few, areas had to be, part of that team, and that's just
Mhm,
a few. So, ortho was another one, so all I can say is
mhm.
like shout, double shout, triple shout it out. If anyone ever has to get care, a university, hospital, we've actually had wonderful care through the VA also.
Yes,
So
yes.
shout
Let's
out to
start
the
off with
VA
PA.
because the VA has been maintaining our father for years. It just
Yes.
so happened that this emergency ambulance ride, they said, no, we're not going to the VA. They're full. You're going here. So all I can say is everything it happened the way it's supposed to happen, and we're
So
grateful for
that's the
everything.
grace. That was by the grace of God that they
Yes,
said that the VA was full and we went to the University of Health Hospital, right?
yes, yes, indeed.
Only by the grace of God.
So
And we can't, we ain't mad at it because that worked out really well on our behalf.
yes, indeed, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
So,
So,
so
I have a, okay, so this is like a little bit on the self-person side. Today I decided that I was going to try something a little bit different. So what do you think about the little change?
girl, girl, you looking all Connecticut-ishy. What you look like a Yankee from a Texan. This ain't Texas.
Oh gosh.
Oh, y'all have to forgive me. I
Hmm.
forgot to look. I'm just gonna be transparent. I forgot to put my tooth in over here, so I can't do the big laugh because then
I can't.
hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But
People
the
think
good thing
that
is, you know what? All the rest of those teeth are all yours, girl. High five.
yes, yes,
Boom.
high five. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I ain't mad.
Uh,
But some people think that sometimes that we ain't full of ourselves. We know how to.
right.
If you can't laugh at yourself,
Yes.
then there's a problem. You got to learn to laugh at yourself, and you know what I mean, and not in a deprivating way. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just
Yeah.
like, hey, that's funny. If I can laugh at you, you should be able to laugh at me, and vice versa. Because we're not as long as we
Mm-hmm.
have good intentions, first of all, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. She said, glad to hear everything's going well with your dad. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Totally appreciate that. Yes, yes. I tell you
Mm-hmm.
what though, it was looking pretty shaky there for a while. That was only by the grace of God because he wasn't eating. We're talking about self-care, we're talking about parent care. He
Right.
wasn't even pooping. He went 12 days without pooping. 12 days, guys. And so we couldn't get a bite of anything. And then his sister came down from Florida with our uncle, and his brother
It's,
came from a different area of Texas with his wife. And they were
mm-hmm.
like one at a time, one grape, one piece of strawberry. And that was like,
Yes.
yay!
Yes.
We celebrated every little step,
Mm-hmm.
that got him to the surgery because he had to
Right.
build up his strength. And he had like, what, 3 or 4 transfusions? That sounds
Mm-hmm.
crazy, but he had
No.
lots of different.
He had more than that. He had like 5 or 6. So it
Yes, yeah, I
was
was
just
not trying to over exaggerate it, but yeah,
no,
they
no.
had to get up. And so if anybody ever has to go through this with their parent, this is one reason why we're sharing. We're not oversharing. Sometimes just sharing your testimony with other people, first of all, lets you know that you can get to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted him to be at an 8 point. Help me out with it because you're better at this
They
than me.
wanted him to be above. He had to be above 7, but they wanted to see him in the 8 for his
Yes,
hemoglobin.
right.
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. Yes,
Hmm. Yes.
yes,
And when you're also dealing with renal, that means that you're not dealing just with what's going on with this part, but you also have to make sure that this part is not affecting this part and this part's not affecting this part in order to do
right,
one thing. So
right.
what I can say is we knew we're blessed. Hmm. And yeah,
So,
very true.
so what did she say? So, oh wow, that's not good. My nana would always say, "Have you moved your bowels?" Yes, the
Mhm.
Constitution we call it.
Yes.
Anytime you spoke of something wrong with yourself, exactly. We don't
Yeah.
take that. I don't think we take that
Hmm.
serious enough. You got to
Right.
go at least. You should be going normally, at least 2 to 3 times a day. You know, but
Hmm.
yeah, I hear you. How Samara said, "No song is toxic." Well, there are some words in some songs that can be toxic, but
Yeah.
we don't have to. But it is good to listen to music because music calms
Soothe
us.
the soul. The soul.
Yes,
And
yes.
so do you guys know the song Toxic? No. We try to keep everything in the light, Caroline. And that
Yes.
sounds kind of
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And anything that's shedding a light and is positive, we're there. We're
yeah,
all there. But I wanted
right.
to go back to that one scripture real quick because it says what I always say. I'm just gonna say for now,
Yeah.
minding our own business. And when you put
Oh,
that in
Lord.
there, it says I'm keeping it above level,
Yeah,
Dory.
yeah, yeah, good answer.
So make it your aim to live a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to earn
Mm,
your own living.
wow.
Just as we told you before, in this way, you will win the respect of those who are not believers, and you will
Yes.
not have to depend on anyone for what you need.
Mm,
So, so who would know? Who would who? That scripture is actually in the Bible.
yeah.
So I think that is found. I want to say somewhere First Thessalonians 4:11 ish.
Hmm.
Anybody know how, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I think so it says. So I'm glad you're grateful. I'm normal. He says I'm normal. Honey, I tell you what, I tried to pull out the whole jar of prune juice or eat any apple a day. You know what? That really does work because that's your
Yeah,
fiber.
it
Well,
does.
don't get me started on that. The app. There's an app I use. I'm not going to say because I thought my sister could use it without being charged. And the minute that she downloaded it, I think they gave her 2 weeks or 7 days, and then they charged her
It
$60.
might make sense. I
So
mean,
I think I maybe when I did it at first, maybe it was, I don't know, maybe 15,
free.
$20. I think I paid it, changed credit cards because I didn't want to have it anymore, canceled it. And so now I only have the free option of it. But I do love having an app where it allows you to keep the steps. Did you have something you want to share?
Yeah, but keep the steps after that one.
So you can keep your steps, you can keep how much liquid you have, you know what I mean? Like this is more than a regular bottle of water is like 16.9 ounces. And
Hmm.
then this is way bigger than that. This is probably
Yeah.
like 20 ounces on your, sorry, Dory. You're pretty good at
Or
that. Um, how many ounces
it's
do you think
about
that was?
that's about
What?
24
You
to
know what?
24 to 32, girl.
Okay, maybe 32. It does say,
Hmm.
look, it says hand wash right there. I don't see any more stickers. I threw the other sticker away.
It should be on the very
Yeah.
bottom, but you can't look right now.
I
Not
can. It
safely.
doesn't say
You
it.
can.
Yeah, it doesn't say. But anyway, anyhow.
Those
Yeah, yes,
that might.
apple, girl. We had watermelons today. We had some watermelon. We've been eating a lot of fruit and vegetables. We have definitely. We wake
Okay,
up in the morning and we have yogurt
hold that thought.
and
So it was First Thessalonians
Thessalonians.
4:11 to 7 to 14.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. So for breakfast, we've been waking up and we've been having like strawberries, blueberries. Cantaloupe. Her lovely husband chopped up a whole container of fruits for us, and
Shout out,
so
husband.
yeah. So we, Mr. M, so we've
Uh,
been taking like maybe a half a cup to a cup of yogurt and putting our strawberries and blueberries on top with the cantaloupe and all those things. And
mhm.
then our baby sister taught us
Yes.
if you don't have enough fiber to
Yet
take
she avows.
chia seeds, say again?
I said, yet she avows.
Yes. She taught us to take maybe a tablespoon or so, or a teaspoon or whatever of
Yeah.
chia seeds, start somewhere,
Mhm.
add water, stir it all up, and then I poured it on top of our yogurt. And that has been making a difference, helping us to get our protein and our fiber,
Yes.
right?
It's
Yes.
amazing. Now, I don't do
Yeah.
mine with cheese, even water. To me, that's like blech. But
Yeah.
put a little juice in there or something. You put it in something that's going to dissolve it. That's going to be tasty. You can just whether it's gelatinous or whatever. You can just slide that thing right.
Yeah.
You know,
It does
gone.
remind you of like a gel. It's like a jelly, like, yeah, a thickness to it.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
The other thing I like doing is if we're organized enough the night
Mhm.
before, have like a little, look like a little jelly jar, but it's a mason jar. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Just have water going around pipe. And
Oh.
you could put yogurt on the bottom, put your chia seeds on top of the yogurt, then your strawberry, blueberries, a half a banana, because when you get over the age of 45, 50-ish, you don't have a half a banana. And then put granola, whatever you want, even a squeeze of honey, and then you put it in the refrigerator in that mason jar overnight. And you can also put almond milk or coconut milk in there also.
Can I just say I get so excited
What?
about food prep? Now, I did
Yes.
it for a short period of time, but now my mindset is a little bit different to where I'm ready for food prep again. Yes. Talk about
Yeah. I mean,
just something about having all that structure and organization in it, and, and not having to guess what you're going to have. Amazing.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just stick with us because our conversation is definitely and obviously all over the place. But the other thing we want to talk about when caring for a parent is
Yeah.
that we don't want to be enablers.
Right. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, yes. And so
So
I can tell you that after a while you start feeling guilty that your parent is actually like ill and not feeling well. So you might go over and beyond what you know is like actually like the norm. Or so yeah, definitely enabling is can sneak up on you. You don't see it until one of your siblings say, that's enough. Really don't you're doing like too much.
yeah,
Let them do
and
it.
then and then and then we and then in her defense and in my defense, you don't want to say that because of course we're gonna honor my mother and my father, and
I'm
we're
in.
gonna do their very best because we know that even if nobody else is watching, that God is watching us. So we're always gonna do our best when it comes to taking care of our parents. But at the same time, you can't do that at the detriment of your own self and your own husband and your children and your grandchildren. I mean, if you think of the family as a whole, your parent and your parents, they have lived a full life. They have lived like our grandmother, she lived to be 102. They lived a very full life. And so at the same time, I tell my sister, you also deserve to make it to 80, 70, 100, whatever God has it, for us to live. We gotta do our best. So we're obviously going to live and do the best that we can for our parents, but I'll wait for her to come back to tell.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna say that during this whole time, not only has it been stressful for her, but it's been
Yeah.
stressful for all of our families, our spouses, our kids, everybody. And
Mm.
I had to go to the emergency room. Okay, so I
Yeah.
got here. I'm trying. Okay, relief is here. First of all, if y'all ain't never been to Texas, okay, homegirl over there, she had a new vehicle. I don't even know all the buttons on my car. Okay, and I'm gonna come to Texas and drive a new car of hers on the 5-lane here in Texas.
New-ish. It's not a 2024, but it is a newer car. Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just I don't know all the buttons on my car that I have to come to Texas and learn all the buttons on her
Fine.
car to give
Yeah.
her a little bit of a break.
Right.
I got lost, and I was driving on the old folks' side road called Frontage Road. Okay, so
She would not
so
get on the highway.
I was driving like Granny. I was going like I'm a good driver. I just didn't want other people driving like this is how they drive in Texas. They go their lane. They come from over here to cross over to get on the highway off of over there, and they be coming across the ramp
So what
and
you're talking
just
about is they'll be on the left lane and they'll take a right turn off to an exit from the left lane.
yes,
It's funny, but it's
yes,
not funny.
yes,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
yes,
Yes, indeed.
yes. So yeah, she says she has to fast forward to catch up and oh, you misled. Yes, 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 yes. One or two. Wow, that is yeah. So anywho, so what I was gonna say is I ended up going to the emergency room.
Yeah.
And I meant to ask my sister this off camera, but
Uh-oh.
huh? No,
Hmm.
you went to the ER too.
Oh, yes,
You
I
went to
did.
the ER too. But
Yeah.
so why is it that you wouldn't say to our to the family members that you also went to the ER?
I actually text later on saying, please say a prayer for me as well, because Shari went on this day and I went on this day, a few days
I don't know
after.
I don't know who that person is. You talking about Nubia? Nubia went on this day.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
Tell-
Nubia
tell me,
knows.
tell me. Yes, Nubia did go to the ER on Friday, and she should have actually been laying beside me on that gurney on that Friday. But she says, "Okay, you go first because you've had a condition of lung. What I have,
Embolisms.
I had a condition of PE, pulmonary embolisms twice. Thank God I'm
Yes.
still here by the
Mm-hmm.
grace of God. And
Amen.
so she's like, okay, I'll bow. You go first. So
Mm-hmm.
I went in, and they gave me all clear. They gave me
Yep.
like a what was it like
Painkiller.
a painkiller that would also help me to sleep a little bit or
Yes.
whatever, or
And
have
then,
something.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then they gave me something else, but I contacted my primary care person and they're
A
like,
painkiller and a muscle relaxer.
don't take the
Naproxen.
other one with the blood thinner that I was
Naproxen.
on. Yes. So,
Mm-hmm.
so then we waited a couple of days because she was, what's the word when you don't go in and do things when people ask you? What's the word? What's the word? Stubborn? Stubborn? Anyway, so we got through the weekend, everybody went home. And actually, we didn't want to say anything too fast because our aunt and uncle might have turned around from heading back to Florida. They probably would have came back. But so we took her in, kicking and screaming. She did walk into the VA, and then she turned around and left. But it was full, so I'll give her
Okay.
that. The building was
Mhm.
full, and she said, according to my blood pressure and what my numbers were, I'm at the bottom of the list. I don't think I would have ever thought about that, but
Oh,
they do take you in.
when you go enough with your father to know, we've been many times to the ER. No, no.
Yeah.
If your blood pressure is 117 over like 67, you're last. You're gonna see me tomorrow, the day after. No.
Unless you have a history of blood clots or something like that, then they probably would have taken you.
Exactly. And I do not.
But
Thank you, Lord.
mm,
Praise God and hallelujah.
right, right. So yes, Lucille. Well, we're doing better.
Yes, thank
So
you.
she has a really good, excellent one arm, and I have a really good, excellent other arm.
And
But
I
both of our arms
refuse
are
not
good.
to use it because it's going to be healed. It's getting healed as we
Yes,
speak.
in Jesus'
Mm.
name. In Jesus'
Amen.
name. Right.
Amen. Mm.
So, but anyway, so we know that with good sleep, lowering our cortisol level, which is our stress level, right? We're giving a little
Yes.
bit of educational lesson here. We know that all these things and all things are possible, right? Through
Right.
Christ, right?
He's raised his up.
So exactly. So that's what we're talking about. So we don't want to be an enabler, but at the same time, we must take care of our health also. What they
Yes.
say, put the mask on ourselves first, and then you can put the mask on. Here, I'll put the mask on Eustace.
Thanks. And your turn. All
Yeah, yeah. So
right. Mm.
and the other thing too is we almost got to go for an acupuncture, but and we thought, well, this is gonna be, and that was through the VA system also,
Oh
but
yeah.
we didn't make the appointment through the correct. We were
Channel.
misinformed. We were
Mm.
misinformed, so we'll
Yes.
have to go. Maybe we can squeeze it in to go in together before I leave. That would be
That'd be
pretty cool.
nice. I
That
think
would
we
be
try
pretty
again.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for keeping us in your prayers. We totally
Yes.
accept all prayers.
Yes, we
All
do.
prayers are
Much
received very well
appreciated.
and much
Facts.
appreciated.
Exactly
Yes,
right.
yes. So we talked about not being an enabler,
Hmm.
and we've learned that when we're not in the room, our Father actually does very well. Who knew?
With one hand, but we'll take that one hand because the other hand actually had an issue through, multiple heart attacks and strokes. So if he if he can get one up, we say get
Yeah.
on up.
But not only
Yes.
that, he tries harder as far as getting the food to himself, or even we went and got him a coffee, a latte. We won't say where it's from because we don't want to start.
But we will say caramel
What?
macchiato because it was tasty.
Okay, one of his favorite coffees. Yes. So we got him his favorite coffee, and we sat it on his little food stand, whatever was
Uh-huh.
it called, that little cart thing with wheels,
It's
and
like
we
a
pushed it
little
over.
table that goes across the bed
Yeah,
or goes across the
and
chair, wherever they're
yeah.
sitting. Mhm.
So we had that, and we had a nice big cup of water sitting beside him, and he reached over and got his own. He reached over and got his own coffee, guys. And we
Mhm.
were like finally going like this,
But you
yay!
know what? He didn't have any kind of motivation until we called our mom. We said, "Well, call mom." We told on him through our, and told our mother, and our mother called him up and said, "Excuse me, what are you doing? You need to take care of yourself. You need to,
Yeah,
we can't, I can't." So long story short, my father, his attitude just changed a little bit, and it made it a
he
little easier
did.
to give him his medicine, made it a little bit easier for him to pick up something,
He
made it
had
a little easier to get up out of that chair and get into the, out of the bed and into the wheelchair. So we're grateful.
mhm. Look at that. What do they call it? Was
Yeah.
an attitude check? It was basically an attitude check, really,
It was more like
right?
motivation. It was like he was highly motivated.
Yes, he was highly motivated, but his attitude got checked at the same
Mm,
time because
mhm.
I mean he had three daughters at the same time and two nurses. He had three daughters standing beside him and two nurses egging him on, or not egging him on, but
Rooting
cheering
him
him
on.
on,
Yeah.
rooting him on,
Mhm.
and it wasn't working. I'm like, we're gonna call
Mhm.
your ex.
And like this is not his normal behavior, which was really surprising to us
Right,
all,
it
like to
wasn't. It
experience
was
it all in one sitting, right?
right.
So, mm,
Yeah, he was. It was really out of the norm, but he had no pain. The nurses kept asking, "Are you in pain? Does anything hurt?" Nope. He just needed some motivation. Yeah,
he
and
said he's
we got
tired and he
that.
wants to go to sleep, but he's always tired and he always wants to go to sleep. So there's not much difference. So you need to move, right?
Yeah.
So
Again, we're sharing this. Motivation speaks.
yes,
Got him moving. Yes, and we're sharing this because there might be somebody else who's going through this, and
right.
they may be at the beginning stage. And I tell you what, it's a
Mhm.
long ride. It's a long ride, and
It
everything,
is.
every person, sibling, whatever, has to be
Right.
on board. And
Yep.
we're so thankful that when we call our mom, she's there for us, and she's there for him. She said, "Hey, I love you. Your
Mhm.
kids love you."
Right.
And we're like, come on, let's represent God well. Let's represent yourself well, and let's
Exactly.
represent the family well. You got this. You got
Especially
this. Used to
when we
be,
were growing up, we were told that, we represent our family, so you need to come correct. You leave that house, you leave correct, looking right,
yes,
not looking
yes,
raggedy, not looking
right.
crazy,
But not
you know?
looking like you're not well cared for. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And I'm going like this because he used to be a karate instructor. He used to be
Yeah,
like our sensei,
exactly.
Yeah, so it was that, and but we understand that when you get older,
Yeah.
you lose your independence,
Uh-huh.
so we do
Mhm.
get the fact that, this we're not there yet, but if you have had independence and not nobody to answer to basically for your whole life,
Right.
having to depend on every little thing for other people to step in and help you, we get
Mhm.
it. We're very
Mhm.
understanding in that way. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we don't want you to be rude or
Mhm.
nobody. If you're taking care of somebody, we
Mhm.
want them to be humble and we want them to be again, I'm not trying to people will judge you no matter what you say. And we're trying to
We're
express it
just
the
trying
best
we're
way
tr
possible.
we're just trying to get our father to live his best life, as they say nowadays, right?
Yes.
So, long story short is it's we can actually highly encourage them. If our father tells them, "No, I'm not doing PT," and, "No, I'm not doing OT," like he did,
Over
then
and
they're
over
not gonna
again.
do it. Or
Right.
food, right.
Right.
So
Or
they
about
have the
meds
choice,
because he was spitting out his meds. And again, we're only sharing these things not to
not to disrespect our father because we love him,
right.
but
But
to
if
let
you're
you
going
know
through
that,
this, it takes a lot of patience and understanding.
right. So, pretty much we had to highly encourage and then get the super motivator to help motivate to get these things done,
Right.
and for us, it's like we're going to do whatever it takes to have our father healthy, you know?
Yes.
So,
But at the
but,
same time, the person has to put in as much effort as we put in. We're putting in 100%. And we just ask you want your loved one to meet you wherever
halfway,
they can, wherever
right.
they can,
Yeah.
wherever they can.
So,
Yeah.
long story short, if I have to phone call Becky every time, I'm calling Becky.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. So that was one thing we wanted to talk about is not being trying very hard not to be an enabler because
Mhm.
again he's there to learn some skills so that he can come on out of there and then
Right,
come home and then
right.
and then so we talked about being adult childcare for your loved one. He's
Thank you.
oh
Thank
thank
you. So
you
thank you.
yes yes yes
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're not one of those who put the relative, the family member in a nursing home and then never see him again. That's not going to be okay.
right
You
right
know. All right.
right
So what about other areas of wellness? How about products for the hair? Let's get back on the sister
Ooh,
lock train. Because
girl
everything is still
yes
new to me. Like I say, I'm
you
still
guys
trying to document my new sister lock look. And so it's been since November 8th, and now it is April. Oh my goodness! So
yeah
I'm moving right
life
along.
change
That's 5, 6 months, 4, 5 months
life
now.
change
Yeah.
yes
So all I can say is I'm excited. I can just see the difference in my hair, and there's nothing like being able just to spray some water on that and just spray a little love on it and go.
massage the scalp, get in there,
Oh
massage the
yes,
scalp.
yes,
I love it
yes,
when we see people in the hospital because when we were in the veterans hospital, when I was in there for the emergency room, and
yes.
I had something on my head, and I went to go back to get a CAT scan, right?
Uh-huh.
Was it CAT scan? CT. And and
Yes.
then when I came out of there, my thing was sliding off, so I took my thing off my hair, and I said, "Oh, I love your locks, your sister locks." And we had a nice conversation. I tell you, it's a whole movement. It's a whole
Yeah.
movement all by itself. And so we got to exchange, how we take care and how long we had them, and then I
Hmm.
said, "Oh, my sister has them too."
Yes.
Um, and then we left. And then today, where were we? And I love how yours is shaped like a nice, cute little bob. Like mine, I
You
think
know
mine were
what?
all different lengths.
And it's
She
funny
hooked you
because
up.
yes, yes, and that's usually my style anyway, like bobs. So now I have
Mhm.
a sister lock bob.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I love it, I love it.
Hmm.
And where were we
Thank you.
today? Oh, so we were in there with, our dad at the
Uh-huh.
rehab,
Yes.
and another nurse walked by or attendant, whatever she was, and I said, "Oh,
Hmm.
Sister Like Power," or something like that, and she stopped and she turned and she gave us a little conversation, and,
Hmm.
so it's just really cool. It really is
Hmm.
like a sisterhood. I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I love having Lucille on here. I love having Lucille on here. Come on, girl.
Lucille, or should we be calling her daughter of thermo type?
Oh,
Thermo type?
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want. Is it okay? I'm sorry. I'll just call you daughter of the Most High, Most High
Oh,
Yah,
oh, daughter of the
daughter
Most
of the Most
High.
High Yah.
Amen.
Yes. Oh, honey, you if you were in a situation that patience, it's like the Holy Spirit comes down on you and gives you what you need in the
Facts.
moment. Yeah,
Come on.
and he'll give you your daily portion, only
Yeah.
like just your daily portion.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
I'm gonna for- I'm gonna forever think about Lucille, Lucille, Lucille.
Who is she? You said, my girl. You and government names. I love you.
Oh
That's it.
no, no, no. No.
I
Oh,
run it.
sorry.
I think. Look, you need to. I don't know what you
I,
can do. I need to run
I
it.
need to have something like above the screen saying Nubia, 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 like running across permanently. Can we make that happen?
Whatever. After we do it for a couple of months, we'll have it all down pat.
Listen,
We'll
I'm gonna
have it
write it
all
down. Nubia, Nubia, Dorie. My name is Dorie. My
down.
name is Dorie. Your name is Nubie.
And then there's Lucille. We love Lucille. And we love whoever
Lucille,
else is on here too. Oh,
Lucille, Lucille, Lucille.
and so let's see. Oh, so my sister turned me on to the caramel. How do you say it?
Macchiato.
Caramel macchiato with cinnamon and. Do you know that we had to go to like two different
That
coffee
was separate.
shops?
Yeah.
But we went to two different coffee shops
So we
to
went to the
get the
first coffee
combination.
shop and I got the caramel macchiato with the coconut and the cinnamon exactly how I wanted it. Then my sister decided that she
Which
was going to
whatever,
try another coffee shop.
right?
And her
Because
coffee shop,
they're not endorsing us to say their name, so we ain't going to say their name. Oh, y'all, you're not going to be able to play it back and do a free screen on me with the spot with the no tooth. I'm putting it in there right now.
Lord, Lord, lovely darling. You know what?
No
No one
change,
would
no
ever
change.
notice it. No one would ever notice it if you didn't say anything. You know that, right?
I did a big old wide laugh and
Come on, Nubia, Nubia, Nubia.
I did a big old wide laugh and I saw it myself. So anyway,
Okay,
so I had
Nubia.
it down to mention the caramel macchiato with cinnamon.
Caramel macchiato, macchiato.
Okay, okay, yeah, and it had cinnamon in it, and I wanted it with coconut milk. And for some reason, the specialty coffee shop doesn't sell with coffee with coconut anymore.
Coconut
Only
milk
almond milk or
or oat milk
oatmeal milk, which they say
or
oatmeal
regular
milk is
milk.
really not that. It's
Oh,
not the
really,
best
right?
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Very rude, very rude.
Yeah.
So we had to go to the next one. But so I don't know. So we got through a few topics here today. We always have.
But I did mention, okay, before we leave the hair thing, because we left it and I'm coming back to it. So I have not been trying like new things with my hair or on my hair, should I say, just to keep the moisture in, you know? I just heard a little knock on my door.
Did you?
But I did. But I have not tried anything besides water or like putting oil on just to keep the scalp like moisturized, you know.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I just happen to be going into. I know I have a spray bottle for my hair. And I was trying to find where I put it.
That was
So it's
UPS. That was UPS.
I was getting ready to say it's UPS, yeah. So I couldn't find a spray bottle underneath my cabinet. I have like a whole container of like supplies from like whatever, and whatever. And I'm trying to get through them, but it's like there's so many supplies. Like, why on earth would you try so many supplies all in a sitting, right? Scotty, you are late. I'm gonna fire you, puppy. He's leaving now. You should have barked before he left. Come here. You good boy. You good boy, Scotty.
Bring
You
Scotty
good
on
boy.
camera.
Okay, come on. Say hello. Say hello to my little friend. Not in the mouth. We don't do that. Ain't that kind of show. Say hello. Hey, it's a good boy.
Yes, the
Good
coffee
boy.
is a tongue twister, but it's really good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's Scotty. So okay, she's talking about hair care. I tell you what, I know like again, we're all over we're just having conversations amongst us girls. But
We're just here. Just
but
chatting.
her family, so she has Scotty. My sister has a dog named Jojo, which is a cute little miniature Yorkie. And then
Your
your
niece.
daughter has,
Uh-huh.
yeah, your daughter has what?
So one daughter has a Yorkie mixed with we're gonna call her a mini Yorkie also, just a blonde haired wild child. Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it and I didn't say it because I'm around.
So you talk about my little guy is fine, honey. Then we have another one. Our other daughter has a what is he? He's a
She
he's
really
a
does. She
he's a
has one
he's a
too?
he's a huh?
Your baby girl has one too?
They're all Yorkies. They're all Yorkies.
What?
So, but my daughter up north actually has a Yorkie 10 years old. But my
Oh,
daughter down south here with us down south here, uh, her wild child's about 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old, because our guy's going to be 3 in August. hmm
Lucille, that dog.
Oh Lord. Anyhow, but she has gone through training. I say personal training, or what to say? She went through dog training or whatever behavior training twice. And so I tell my daughter that okay, so no dog left behind. She
I'd like to, and you said that when you got the dog for her, for your daughter and your grandchildren, that she
yeah.
had some snipping problem. That's why she has a problem with if she gets excited.
Oh, she gets excited. She tinkles because they snipped her bladder, and yeah, so don't get her too excited. It's like I ignore her for at least the first half an hour. That way, that avoids seriously, it works. I ignore her like she's not even there for a half an hour, and then she calms herself down and she's okay, you know. But
Mm,
can
mm.
I just tell you, Nubia, you saw for yourself, right?
That dog leaps in the air at like your stomach area, and she's like this big. I mean, she's a little bit bigger. But I mean, so there was no threat, but it's just her energy. And then she just runs and she jumps and she leaps up at you. And my reflexes was to put my knee up. And so she bounced. So I'm sorry, they're all dog lovers. Her whole family has dogs. My family does not have a dog. My landlord, 17 years ago, said something about, we don't have to say who my landlord is, but anyway, I think we're going to revise our lease. So all of her children have dog, but my landlord said I couldn't have a dog, so we've been dogless for 17 years. But again, so I don't hate dogs. People think I hate dogs. I don't hate dogs. Okay, I
Dogs are
love them,
awesome.
but I just haven't
So
had one in more than
so
17
yeah.
years. So.
Her landlord's gonna make sure that she has it in lease, or she or he has it in lease. They have it in lease.
I'm sure
Just
that
saying,
it'll
because
be.
you deserve to have a dog. Everyone should have a dog. You should have a dog, and you should have a dog, and you should have a dog. Just saying.
You know what? I find that, and as much as I love you, it has nothing to do with Scotty. It has nothing, but I see that he does.
Scotty.
He loves you. As soon as you
Yeah.
come in, there's nothing like having that dog coming to you and meet you at your door and barking for a hug and a kiss. So as soon as we got home today, the first thing she did was take him out for a walk in her backyard and
Yeah.
love on him. And it's for
Uh-huh.
me, I would have to wash my hands every 5 minutes just from touching the dog. I'm just
You don't need a
so.
dog. Now my nephew and my brother-in-law now they need a dog. You don't need a dog.
No, no, actually, it would be my dog because
Oh, okay.
my husband is not a dog lover, really. And he has allergies. He has allergies. My son has allergies, and my
Caesar.
oldest daughter has allergies.
Caesar.
Yeah.
Caesar.
So anyway, no, that dog lived outside.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He was inside while he was a puppy, and then we had him attached to our little country refrigerator, and he
Thank
would
you.
drag it. That's how
She said he's cute. She said he's cute. Thank you,
yeah.
Lucille.
He was adorable.
Yeah.
Well, she actually in the country, Caesar was in Tampa,
Yeah.
and the other dog was in the last place that we lived out in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
But Lucille, we always we always enjoy you and everybody else who comes on here.
Yes.
And
Yes,
oh wait,
indeed.
we're missing our other young lady. What was her name? I forgot. Ammo something.
hmm
Yeah. Because I know we haven't been keeping it consistently as far as the time, but we've had a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And
Oh, gotcha.
yeah.
This is kind of like therapy, isn't it? This is
Say
like
again?
this is like verbal therapy. Just having
It
communication
is.
about whatever, keeping your
It
mind
is.
off of the things that are busyness and whatever, you know. So,
Yes,
mhm.
yes, and so all the points that I know I wanted to talk about, the caramel
Caramel
cappuccino,
macchiato.
caramel macchiato.
Macchi
I meant to keep my cup so I could see the
macchi
back of it because the cup has the word on the back of the cup. I meant to
Mhm,
keep it, but I threw it away
mhm,
before this started.
mhm.
And it's so important, again, going back to wellness, taking care of self, not
Yes,
being an enabler, what we spoke about, taking care of your parents to the best of your ability,
right.
and loving on them, not
Mhm,
just loving on them, because of course we're treating him the way that we want to be treated, honestly,
right.
the way that we would love for our spouses and our children to treat us and grandchildren,
Mhm.
whomever. Um,
Sometimes I'm in bed.
Girl, we completely get it. We completely get it because you're like 7 hours or so ahead of us. Oh, oh, yes, yes, yes. So we just wanted to squeeze it in because this is our last, yeah, I should be leaving here shortly to head on back to the
No.
good old. But she said that I bought the weather. When I came, the weather was pretty good. It
Well,
started to be chilly.
when Yet She Avows came, it got cold immediately.
I'm not gonna say that. I didn't say that, baby girl. She
I
said
said
that.
you guys, because but yeah, long story short is, yeah, well, I don't know if it was you or her. All I know is that it was hot in March, and come April when y'all are here, I'm like, excuse me, cold. But you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. It's like
I know.
67 degrees and like 73 degrees. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah. My husband's sending me messages and I don't know what he's saying, but I'll have to check it afterwards.
Yeah.
Messages are popping up on there. I love you, honey. I'll have to check him in shortly. Check messages shortly. Also, you guys, you can follow Dorie. Where can they follow you on? Oh, on TikTok.
TikTok, I think I have one video on there, just one video. I wonder how my hair is on that one. I can't remember, but one video, and I think my hair might be twisted but not locked.
Hmm.
So I
And
think I
then
just pop on there every now and again, just so But that one is Audua though. That's not
Ajua.
not Dory.
It should be
Uh,
ADWOA, of course, but you can spell however you want to. She spelled it the phonetic way. And
uh, Audua.
and then I can be found on TikTok as Nubian Queen 2020, Nubian Queen
don't,
Nation.
don't you mean TikTok?
What I say? I can be found on TikTok. What I say?
You said TikTok, but you usually say Tic Tac.
Did I say TikTok for real?
No,
I
you
don't
said
know.
TikTok.
Oh, girl, what are you messing with me?
Yeah.
It's not hard to mess me up, girl.
But so today
Oh,
I
so
put, see, I forgot again. I put that Nouveau, that, what is it, Wave Nouveau stuff on here just because I
that's from
had
high school.
some.
I had that from high school. I used
Remember that?
that spray. Yeah.
Back when we had a curl perms, what? Curl perms with the
Girl,
bomb.
girl. We, daughter of the Most High said it's 12:30 in the evening there. Wow, we totally appreciate
Wow.
you.
You are so
Yes.
dedicated. Thank you for getting up and seeing a notification.
Well, yeah, rolling
You're
over
our
and seeing the
favorite. You know, right?
notification. We
I
appreciate
shouldn't
you.
say she's our favorite, but she's our favorite.
She's consistent. Well, yeah, she's very, very consistent. We'll have to come on really early on a Tuesday one time, and it'll be like, wake time for her.
So maybe we can do 11 a.m. Let's figure it out 10 or 11 a.m. my time, which is like 11 or 12 your time. Or we can even do it sooner than that. You know?
We'll,
That
we'll, we'll,
way,
we'll plan it ahead so that she
yeah.
can see it coming too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
At least we know that she was there from the very beginning when you couldn't even hear us talking.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I know. We take a licking and keep on ticking. Hey, I
Hey, I
tried.
tried.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you have any other points that you want to bring up? So again, we keep reiterating the importance of parent care, and self-care.
Self-care, yes.
And
Got
yes.
it. And
And if
me
anybody,
feeling renewed and a sense of renewedness, having my
yes.
siblings here and just reminding me of who I am also and that I'm important as well.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
So,
And there's always going to be somebody giving you advice as to what you should or should not do, but they're not living in your shoes. And so don't feel
right.
guilty. You do the best. If you know that when you put your head down on the pillow that you did your very best,
Yes.
then you can't keep canceling things for you. Like she had a doctor's appointment, say, and she kept canceling stuff for herself. Well, you need to take care of yourself or else,
Yeah. Old
you
master. I'm trying.
know,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Yes,
we
indeed.
love sharing with you guys, and
Yeah, that's it. we always say we're going to do it a half an hour, but we might as well go ahead and just do the hour and call it a day. So, we're already at 54:30.
Well, by the time we do our second closing, we'll be good.
We won't be long.
Because we're winding down right now, right?
So what else did you have? I had things to do, the things to do list. So making a things to do list,
as far as
you know,
self or
as far as
being
for myself,
organized, getting
and
organized.
I find that when I have a planner, a lot of people don't even use planners nowadays, but if I use my planner, I have the structure and the ability to go to it. If I forget, I can open up the book and know what it is. I know what time it is. I know what I needed. I got a special list for groceries. I have a list for things to do as far as like, chores, so don't feel bad if you have to create, your own planner. 2024, do it. It's April, but you know what? If you want to get some kind of organization in your life, which I desperately need, yes. And I pretty much, it's easier for me to stay on track if I actually have something to look at. And people use their phones and some people use paper. I prefer paper. Sherry obviously has paper, but knowing Sherry, she probably has paper and her phone.
If you say,
Nubia. Well, my whole excuse is that it fell down. My name is, your name is, what's your name is?
yes, and
She said
Lucille
on
does have an
our own
8-year-old
show.
son. Lucille does have an 8-year-old son too. So yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
amazing.
yeah.
Yes, I remember those days.
Is he homeschooling Lucille? I remember I was having a conversation, but I don't remember if he was homeschooled or not. Or if I'm sure he speaks really excellent or decent language there. I tried it this time.
Yeah.
What's the Swahili? Does your son speak? Do you and your son learning Swahili, right?
Amazing.
And yeah, I know by the time the message it has to translate, it has to go all the way over, and the words are going to her, and it's bouncing off of her house, and then the words are going to come back to us.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah, yes, I homeschool
Yes.
him. Awesome, 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 awesome stuff.
Amazing. High
Yeah,
five.
whoop whoop. Yes, for homeschooling. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and we also we pray for this world right now because it is a very crazy time, and
Mm-hmm.
we do believe that these are end times. And
Mm-hmm.
so just stick near and dear. I don't have my Bible next to me right now, but I just
Mm-hmm.
stick near and dear and get in that word because it is so, so important. It is so important to dig in that word
Mm-hmm.
and to be getting a good lesson. I mean, I went to visit her church while I was here. And of course, my husband and I do ours online when I'm in Connecticut. But we gotta dig in that word so we know what it says because these are
Mm-hmm.
truly end times, people.
That's a fact. That's
Truly
a
end
fact.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she says we're trying to do Swahili daily, probably. And thanks. I
Amazing.
caught her saying the government name. I tell you,
That's the beauty of
it's
having
funny.
some cute people on here, Too
I
bad.
know, right?
I wonder if you
She's
still have the ability to like edit out, edit
you know what I'm
edit
saying?
Dory's words.
Look, I'd have to go and take a class on that, right? And ain't nobody got time for that right now.
If it
No.
makes you feel any better,
I don't know how to do beep. I don't know how to do that either. If we waited to learn all those skills, it would
yeah.
be 5 years from now. Sometimes you just gotta just go with the flow. Lucille just happens to be a day oneer. A day oneer. Yeah.
He says,
But
yes, I
yeah.
incorporate the Bible daily in his work.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. 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 Yes. And my son is 17 and he's never been to public school. I
Right.
mean, we tried for a minute. I prayed and we took him on a tour of a technical school in my area. And he said, I was so excited for him to learn a skill and use his hands.
Yeah.
And she said he read a chapter twice a day, morning and before bed. I love it. I
That's
love it.
amazing.
Yes, keep that
Another
up.
high five.
And yes, high five. So we took him to the technical school to learn auto mechanics. And you know what? He's still learning auto mechanics because his father went to school for that in high school and worked on jets in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And this boy is taking cars apart, buying starters, putting starters in, cars are starting, buying tires, putting them on. So, I can't ask for anything better. And whatever people ask you, well, what is his plans? He doesn't want to go to college. I'm not forcing him to go to college. And you know what? God has all mapped out and I'm not sweating it
There you
because
go.
Yes, high five. She says high five. You know, God has it all worked out.
That's
So
right.
that's all I have.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
But
Yeah, there are so many people out there that didn't have a college degree that actually
and
have like
doing
very very lucrative jobs or careers, should I
yes,
say?
yes.
So that's not if
And
that's
business
not
and businesses and businesses, right?
yes. So if that's not his path, you know what? May the Lord allow him to find his path. So
Exactly.
I find it amazing. Out of the five that I have, only one didn't go to college, and that's okay. He's finding his
Mhm.
path. So all I can say is I'm excited for him.
That boy practically built a house from ground floor up, and he's only 24.
Exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, my sister, we have actually reached the 1 hour mark. It is so crazy how it happened. We need to just have more days and just chop it up because in a whole hour, like my attention span, I would have to watch 20 minutes and then leave and then come back and watch 20 minutes just because, and this get distracted 20 more minutes.
Yes, I get it. Yes, she says that's great. Most high install the skills that is required for you. Good for him. Yes, I agree with you. Oh, yeah,
Girl. Yes.
yeah. So, Lucille, we go to bed. We thank you, and we want you to go on and get a great night's sleep. And
Yes.
we just ask that maybe whoever watches this afterwards, that you share, like, and subscribe. See how we're getting this down here?
Uh-huh.
And if you're not share, liking, and subscribe, pass it on. Just pass it on.
Mhm. Right.
Just pass it on.
Share the
Yes.
link.
Yes. And share the link. Exactly. And Nubian Queen Nation on Instagram. And you're on TikTok. I'm on TikTok also. We'll put the links below.
All right.
Maybe when I get back to Connecticut. But anyway, but we do appreciate you being here. And we close out by saying, help me out,
Peace,
sister.
peace,
Wait, peace,
peace, love,
love, and blessings.
and blessings.
Ciao for now. Have a good night's sleep.
Toodles.
Until next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.